According to the US statistic, 1 in every 59 children and adolescents back in 2014 are diagnosed with autism. The possible explanation for that could be the improved awareness among the society, expansion of diagnostic criteria due to the DSM-5 amendments. In Malaysia, we still don't have the actual amount of autism children or adolescents. However, their study found that there will be increase of 30% in the organizational intake of individuals who are diagnosed with autism.
Boy, look at mommy. Mommy, I take photo. Boy, look here, look here. Boy, Hey dear.
Yeah.
You see? Why our boy like that one? Why I call him, he will answer.
I don't know. I'm a bit worried about him. Maybe we should try take him to the consultation.
Yeah, I think so too. Sana, happy or not?
Yes, I'll be your counselor for today. As you know that your parents sent you here to see me. Do you have any idea why?
Children with autism spectrum disorder are deficit in nonverbal communication, which they might having difficulty interpreting nonverbal cue from someone else. Like they won't be able to tell when the parent is upset, even if the parent is yelling at them, and they also have abnormality in eye contact.
Boy, why all this stuff you simply put on the floor? You know this is very dangerous. This is scissors, you know. Boy, mommy talking to you. What are you doing?
At the same time, they also have restrictive and repetitive behavior such as flapping one hand and show hyperreactivity to sensory input, for example, having adverse response to specific sounds. Not only that, children with ASD also deficit in social emotional reciprocity and social relationship, which refer to the back and forth interaction that take place in communication. Hence, they tend to have trouble communicate and developing relationship. Whenever they can't communicate, they will start showing emotional outbursts. Therefore, they hardly maintain relationship with others.
According to research, there is no single cause identified that leads to ASD. It actually results from different sets of causal factors, and one of the risk factors would be the genetic inheritability. Many researchers have come to a mutual agreement where ASD is a result of heritable genetic differences or mutations, although not all children can be identified as having a genetic linkage that is obvious to family members. However, researchers actually found out that ASD is more common in boys than girls due to the genetic differences associated with the X chromosomes. Besides that, the risk for a child to develop ASD will be higher if there is an older biological sibling or any other family members diagnosed with ASD too. With this large amount of research findings and support, it is able to make a conclusion where genetic inheritability does play a role of risk factor in developing ASD.
Moving on to the myths and truths about ASD, the first myth that people believe is individuals with ASD are intellectually impaired or could not be successful. This is actually a common misconception by people. The truth is, children who have ASD are actually very creative in their own ways. Just like every other human beings, they can achieve great things as well. Besides that, people also think that individuals with ASD are unwilling to form loving relationships. The truth is, although they may face difficulties in social communication, they actually have the desire to build close relationships with others as well. In fact, it is very likely that they would form solid relationships with their closest family members. Lastly, another myth about ASD is that they are dangerous. The truth is that majority of the people with ASD are actually calm and kind. Most of the time, if they were to exhibit violent behaviors, the behaviors are acted toward themselves. One of the reasons for these violent behaviors is mostly out of frustration or physical or sensory overload.
An intervention for children with ASD could be family therapy. Family therapy enables the parent to interact with their child, and as a result, it could help in the child's social communication skill, and it could also be a way for them to learn how to build relationship with others.
我们要不要一起去？要不要去玩？要不要去玩？你们跟妹妹一起去玩，跟妹妹一起去，去去去。